Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise. Like always, the football is in control of the Egyptian sports scene, but the Egyptian athletes in other sports received remarkable achievements. This year, it is time to shed some light on some Egyptian achievements in sports other than football, and for that we'll be joined with two athletes and champions. We're joined with the squash champion Kenzy Defrawy. She reached a career high ranking of world number 27 in December 2011 Women's International Squash Professional Association. Defrawy has more than 70 national titles in U11 to U19. Defrawy was runner-up of the British Junior Open in 2009 and 2012. In 2008 and 10, she was awarded the champion of the world team's title. I'd like to welcome you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're also joined with Youssif Ashraf. He's the youth national handball team. I'd like to thank you for joining us. And Egypt's youth national team ranked fourth in Junior World Championship in Brazil in 2015. Egypt's youth national team qualified to the semi-finals of the men's junior world championships in Brazil after beating Sweden 28-27. The Egyptian youth national team was the only non-European side in the competition's semi-finals. I'd like to thank you and welcome you both to the show.
Thank you.
Well, welcome. First of all, I'd like to start by you, Kenzy. Actually, currently, your ranking is 31. And before I start talking about your ranking, actually, I have to talk about your diving in the match in January 2015. Actually, this is the entire world is talking about. The video is on the net and in more than 4 million viewers for it. You do 4 times to be able to counter or to get a certain hit that actually took you all the way on the ground. This is quite interesting. What made you do that?
I didn't really plan on doing this, the diving. I usually have an average of like maybe 2 to 4 dives every match, and people always tell me don't do this because it's dangerous, and most of the times I lose the point because I'm on the floor, and even if I dive and get it and then I get the next point, usually I still lose the point. So a lot of people, especially my parents, they get really worried that like I'm going to break an arm or break a leg or something.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just play for the, I have this, this thought of like I have to, it's either I'm going to win or I'm going to die on court. So I just try as much as I can to get as many points as I can.
Yeah.
For this particular video that you're talking about, actually that happened in Grand Central Station in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing about this video wasn't me diving or anything else other than I was really happy about the exposure that the sport got, because I always believed that squash was an underrated sport. You see all these legendary Egyptians and even non-Egyptians, but you have like Rami Ashur or Amr Shabana or Karim Darwish. You always have so many very good Egyptian players that are ranked top 5 in the world, and Shorbagi too. Like everyone is top rankedly in the world, and no one know of them, or they're very like minimally recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt that, and even in the US, a lot of people don't even know what squash is. So I felt like this video actually went viral and hit a lot of different countries and a lot of different audience for sports in general. So I really like the fact that a lot of different news channels like BBC or Sky News or a lot of just different channels were highly like spread it out, and I felt like that was really good exposure for the sport. Yeah. So squash was more recognized, and I felt like that was the purpose of the video.
I think this is one of the most watched, matches. Videos. Would it be for squash? Because, like you mentioned, we've been speaking with the Squash Federation, and the same thing about the popularity and the viewership is unlike different sports, like I mentioned at the beginning of the segment. Looking at football, for example, and all the eyes is definitely staring at football. While squash, there is a lot of achievements that we have to recognize, and not only on 2015, over the course of the past years, and I think we should be celebrating that, and so success, especially of ladies like you.
Well, Youssif, I'd like to ask you about the match, because actually the match with Germany made us lose the third place. Although throughout the game, actually we ended with a draw 25-25. What happened?
The Germany game was to which side got the bronze medal. It was the ninth, the last game of the tournament. So exhaustion was taking its part in the team, in both teams actually, but definitely the German team had better physical preparation. But we had our hearts, and we played for the bronze medal. We had played Germany in the beginning of the tournament. They were with us in the group, and we lost about 3 or 4 goals. So we couldn't have lost again. That was the purpose, that this match was for a medal, this match was for revenge. So we started very well. The German team was unable to match it in the first half. Only the physical factor took place in the second period, and they caught up with us, and they drew the game. The game went to extra time, 2 extra times, and it was very tough. The whole crowd was actually cheering. They forgot about the finals match was after that, and the Brazilian crowd was screaming Egito, Egito. They were all liking the Egyptian team, because everyone likes an underdog, and Germany in handball is like Brazil in football, and it's like the biggest country in the world. Yeah. So we had a great game. We were very proud of what we did. After the 2 first extra times, it went to draw again, so 2 more extra times. The match went on for 80 minutes, and ended up with only 7 players of us actually being able to play. Injuries took place one after another. It was very exhausting. They won by a lucky goal in the last seconds, but everyone was proud, and we're still proud that we took place in that match. Took part.
Yes. If you could tell a little bit about yourself, the important steps in your career so far.
Yeah, sure. I play right now for Gezira club. I've been there for 4 years. I used to play when I was young in the Zuhur club, but I was sold in 2010 or 11. Gezira team won the league and under 19 and under 21 the past 2 years. We have a very good team. The national side, we won the African Championship twice in a row. We won the Arab Championship. We took 3rd in the Mediterranean Championship. We've had very good preparation taking place and leading up to the championship, that we achieved what we have always wanted, which was reaching the semi-final. We were always hoping for a medal, but I think we're very proud of what we achieved with minimum. With what we have, with the resources that was given to us, I think we did pretty well.
Perfect.
Well, Kenzy, I'd like to ask you. Well, you come actually from an athletic family. Your mother is a tennis star, and she's Nivina Isam El-Bez. Even your younger sisters play squash as well. Well, your mother being a tennis star, did that influence you into entering and wanting to do or play squash?
Yeah, well, my mom has been athletic throughout all her life, and actually right now she's a CrossFit trainer, and she's certified. She has all the certificates, and she's a CrossFit trainer. She really wanted to be a squash star actually since she was a kid, but she couldn't because it was conflicting with her academics. And she has so much energy and so much, the idea of competitiveness is in her. And she was never able to, give sports everything in her capabilities. So she gave all her energy into all of us. I have 3 other younger sisters, and we all are very athletic, and it's definitely all credits to her. It's definitely all of her influence into putting us in the sport at a very young age, and pushing us into training and sacrificing everything for being very athletic.
Yeah, you started playing at the age of 7, is that true?
Yeah, I started 7.
Yeah. And actually you won more than 70 national titles for under 11 to under 19s. That's a lot of championships.
Yeah, well, they're like, I would say 12 to 15 national tournaments in Egypt. every year. But also, my parents were very determined into starting the age of 8 or even 9, I think. They started to make me compete at an international level, and that helped me a lot into gaining matches experience, because you need that experience starting at a very young age. So I started traveling to a lot of international tournaments and also national tournaments, which helped me later on build a lot of match and competition experience. And
what about your aspirations? You know, your highest rank was 27. What is your plans?
Well, right now I'm studying in the US, and I'm graduating this May, so I'm a senior. And I was 18 when I graduated from high school here in Egypt. I was ranked 27, and I had the option. I had to make a choice. It was either to completely go professionally at the age of 18 and give up my academics. So either go to you know, like one of these universities where there's no attendance, where you only go for exams and just get a degree just for the purpose of getting the degree, or get a good education and then see what I want later on. So at the age of 18, I traveled to the US, and I was recruited for a very good school in terms of academics, but also they have a really good scholarship program. It's called Trinity College, and it's in Connecticut. And I've been there for 3.5 years now, and I'm graduating in May. And thankfully, I was able to kind of maintain this ranking. So I was 27 at 18, and I kept going from anywhere from 30 to 70. Like, I kept going up for the last 3 years, and right now I'm 31. So I think I'm a good place in terms of the second I graduate, I want to be able to go full-time professionally and see where I can actually be, because I've always had squash conflict with something else that I do in life, whether it was high school or...
So you're going to switch back, return from academics to focus
on
solely
full-time
on
profession. I always thought it was important to not sacrifice an academic degree, because it's a good backup if anything happens.
Yeah, it's also worth.
So Youssif, there has been a lot of focus on the Egyptian youth team. So if you can, shed some light about, how Egypt's trying to regain the position and having the youth team, to be, regaining, Egypt's continuous achievement that we saw previously.
Yeah, well, Egypt was the first non-European country